So Justin, what we need to do is just put all this cardboard. Hey everyone, Tech Steve here, and today we're going to take a look at the Hisense U8H. Now the great thing about this television, it has mini LED that's going to give you better colors and better contrast, and I'm really excited to show you guys the full review. But on this video, we're going to get out of the box so we can take a look at the design, the inputs, the feet, as well as the bezel. So let's get right into it. So now let's talk about some features in this television. First of all, it has next-gen TV technology. And next-gen is a TV service that's provided over the air using an antenna, so I can't wait till it comes here in San Diego, but some areas already have it. You're also going to get some features like IMAX and Dolby Vision, as well as Dolby Atmos and DTS sound. It also has a 480 motion rate, and that's going to help smooth out those sporting events that you watch as well as movies. Another thing I want to point out is that it has quantum dots, so that's going to give you up to 1 billion shades of vibrant colors. And this one has the new Gaming Mode Pro, and that's going to allow you to play your Xbox Series X or your PS5 at 4K at 120 Hertz, especially with the HDMI 2.1 inputs. So now let's go ahead and get out of the box so I can take a closer look and show you guys what it's all about. All right, Justin, you ready to get this bad boy out of the box?
Let's do it.
All right, so it looks like some plastic clips from the bottom holding the top part on. Let's go ahead and start off with the back side. And we'll go ahead and just squeeze those and pull them out, kind of like this. There you go. And then let's go and get the front part. Squeeze them, pull them out. All right, so let's go and lift this up slowly because sometimes TVs do fall out of the box. So let's just keep looking. That's to protect the screen, which is nice. All right, Justin, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna lay this face down so we can go ahead and start screwing the feet in. So just try to pull this down a little bit just so we can get to the TV itself. This TV's kind of heavy, actually. All right, guys, we got everything out of the box, but Justin's gonna show us everything that it comes with.
Well, it looks like it comes with the remote with the Google voice commands, plus it comes with some AAA batteries for the remote. It comes with a power cord for the TV, a quick setup guide, and screws for when you're putting in the legs for the TV. So mounting the foot is pretty easy. You just put it in this slot, but the TV also comes with a second slot, just in case you want to bring the legs closer when you have a smaller TV stand or if you have a soundbar. So it's always recommended to use a screwdriver, but if you're using a drill, be sure to use a drill with a clutch.
All right, Justin, thanks for helping me out. So let's take a look at the back of the television now. On the top here, it appears to be like more of a gray color, has some ventilation here at the top. Over here, there's a input for a power cord. And look at this, there's a subwoofer on the back of the television that's gonna enhance your bass response. As we go over here, we have 4 screws already ready to go for mounting it on the wall. And it's gonna take a really large bracket because look how far that is. It's probably like a 600 by 400 wall bracket. So now we're going to take a look at the inputs. On top here, we have a USB 3.0 port and we have a RS-232 service port so they can come in and diagnose the TV in case you have any issues. There's 4 HDMI inputs. 2 of these are 60 Hertz and 2 of these are 120 Hertz, and input 3 is for eARC for soundbars. And this TV does have the ATSC 3.0 tuner, so you can again have that next-gen technology. There's an AV input, so you can get composite video with an adapter, plus there's a headphone output, so you can still use those other devices. Now, besides the built-in Wi-Fi, it does have a LAN connection for hooking it up directly to your modem. There's also a digital output to go over to your stereo if you're not using HDMI ARC. Plus, there's a second USB, and you can use this for thumb drives, like peripherals, like keyboards and mouses. All right, so there's the back of the television, but on the front, I don't see anything on the screen. What I do see is it has this plastic on both sides to protect the screen. We'll go and take that off. And then on the other side, again, it has another one. And then it has this border right here, plastic. So we're just gonna peel that off really nice and easy. And just in case you wonder, here's the energy savings guide. After getting this Hisense U8H out of the box, it seems to be very responsive when it comes to remote control. In the picture mode, you get all of your favorite settings, including your filmmaker's mode. And you can see that you can control most of the options in this television to tweak it out to get the best performance out of it. I also like the fact as soon as I've turned on my PS5, it labeled it automatically. And I can't wait to check out the FreeSync right here at the bottom so we can go in here and see what the new Gaming Mode Pro can actually do as far as performance. Now, I wish they would make this automatic on Google branded television, but you see that this TV supports 120 Hertz, but I wasn't getting it. So all you need to do is hit that menu button and go down to where it says HDMI format. Go ahead and hit this over to enhanced. So we was able to put this at 4K 120 Hertz, and when I went back into the video modes, I had to recheck the low latency and the variable refresh rate. And now with the gaming zone turned on, I can then go ahead and select the FreeSync at the bottom. So that's kind of like my first impression with the gaming. I haven't had a chance to go in there and look at the settings, but you have to set up some things to get it up and running. And I like when I was loading up some games, it optimized itself automatically. So we're ready to go so we can do some gaming on this on a later video. But my overall impressions after taking this out of the box and just kind of getting initial looks at it is I like the design of the feet that Justin put on earlier. I like that it's really low profile as far as the framing and the bezels. I like the fact that it has a subwoofer on it, and I was just playing some of the audio right here. Sounds pretty good for TV speakers. I wish they would have had a little bit more advanced remote control, but this one sufficed to get through all the functionalities. But I wish they had 3 HDMI 2.1s or have a separate eARC so we could hook up our PlayStation, Xbox at the exact same time to get 120 Hertz plus have an output for our soundbar. But other than that, so far I'm really enjoying this television and I can't wait to do the full review so we can dive into things a little bit more. I'm Tech Steve. If you haven't already, make sure you go and give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace!
Tech Steve.